What's up, guys? Vince right here, aka Bboy Finzel, aka chilling in my brother's room. But yeah, I'm here in the Philippines right now. I'm just gonna get through this, okay? I ain't get paid to do YouTube or anything like that, so I don't know why the hell I'm, really actually just making any videos. I didn't make nothing for the other channel, but here I am, predictions for BC1. I'm just gonna do this quick. So we got Kid Columbia versus Castrito. I did not see the winner of the last chance Cyber. If anything, I just saw like most of these b-boys and b-girls of the first year of these battles. Now, I met Castrito at the freestyle session, so of course I'm gonna choose Castrito because he was very nice to me when meeting him. Shouts to Castrito and his and the rest of his crew from Mexico. But also Kid Columbia I've been seeing for years, and him being like almost my age, I feel like his especially how he started off young, he is now just in a level of professionalism where like he's just in top level of just like his power and everything like that. So it's literally a power battle. It could be a strength battle, and it could be one of those, in goes anyways. But that's the way I put it. Castrito, for me, I hope he wins, but Kid Columbia is just well trained. Next up is Phil Wizard versus Amaro. Amaro from Italy and Phil Wizard from Canada. Phil Wizard probably has the upper hand, his creativity and his experience. I haven't seen much of Amaro from Italy. I am familiar with the Loda Boys from Italy, so that's kind of like my best bet. But yeah, Phil Wizard. Khalil versus Jeffro. Jeffro been killing it, and also Khalil. Seen him just progress for over the years, so he probably is gonna might win or take some of these wins at all. But Jeffro is not saying because he follows me on the gram and he's been killing it in the Olympics, but he is overall just like a top tier b-boy with just so much. I guess I would call him like the Travis Scott of breaking, even though I don't know if Travis Scott is the right. I don't know, some top tier rapper like ASAP Rocky of breaking, that he's sort of like especially his crew, almost to me like the ASAP mob, and like he brings that original ruckus, old school hip hop, just flow in him, but with a much more youthful flair to it. And Khalil, I don't know, he's very killing it in France, so he could be in that level. But Jeffro for B for sure. Isen versus T-Ro? I hope it's T-Rock. I feel like he's changed his name out for some reason here and there. T-Ro from the, how was I calling, like from the Conga, and also Belgium. Like for me is, I haven't seen much from him, but he always seems to do well whenever he rocks Pro Keds and Converse. For some reason, his moves look smoother, and I guess certain sneakers would actually have a better chance of actually trying to provide different styles and also movements depending on how the floor is, which I don't know. I never touch a BC1 floor. I touch a Cypher, but I never touch a BC1 floor ever. But Isen has been killing Japan, new member of the Red Bull BC1 All-Stars, and killing it all the way from Japan. So, he could have the upper hand of just just dominating Tiro, because I haven't seen Tiro much. Isen has been traveling big time, and his confidence should be in that level at this point. But next, we got the legends. Not, just basically the legend. Even though I would call the other ones someone like the legend of his own nation, which is like, Lego Sam from Malaysia, and pretty much he is dope. I've been seeing him for years, but him going up against an actual legend all the way from South Korea. Of course, you know who he is. Like it's Hong Ten. Like how literally he is one of the first b-boys that has his own video game character on the b-boy game back in 2005, and probably newer games, especially with that Street Fighter cameo, I believe. And he is, what else do you have to say about Hong Ten? Like the guy is like, so many people bit his moves, that discussion here and there, but like Hong Ten has to win this. Like, even though Lego Sam probably has the better advantage, and Hong Ten has been dealing with certain injuries, like because he's almost 40, and he's kind of like dealing with certain back pains and certain injuries that he had in the past, especially his time in the military in South Korea. So for me, like Hong Ten, like it could be hard for him. and he has been saying like there's certain wording like this could be like his last dance or whatever that he said or something like that, which I don't believe. I hope that he still continues, and I understand that breaking comes with a certain age of just like injuries. I know I deal with that, but yeah, Hang Ten is, I hope Hang Ten wins this for sure. It could be his last, major event if he does win this. And I'm kind of like cheering for him because many people that grew up watching these battles, whether me and my brother is actually fans of like, watching Hang Ten. So I really hope that he takes this. But like with Sam, like, it just seems like he has that energy for sure, and he can bring it from what I see him in the competitive side and the Olympic side. Next up, we got Kid Karam versus LF the Deep. Kid Karam, one of the first European like Nike sponsored b-boys that actually is dominating through the sector of just like many battles, especially through the WDSF in some Olympic events as well. So he's just mad professional, and he always has brings so much little tidbits of power and freezes throughout his movements and also within the scene. But LF to me has always been this spiritual b-boy that is always adapting to his character, using different movements that is not familiar in breaking, like has always put like an emotional and just dynamic flair through a lot of his movements, and it's always just a treat to see LF just dominate, especially his mix with Amir, and pretty much like I feel like LF, for the right timing of musicality, could take this from a long shot. It's going to be interesting, especially through Hang Ten, but who knows. Next up, we got Uyghur versus Danny Danny Dan. And Bgirl has been like a speed b-boy as well from Poland, and he's been like just killing it out there, especially WSF. But Danny Dan is always like my favorite in terms of character, and pretty much one of my favorites from France, especially how just his story surrounding Toquinha, that's always like a treat as well. But it's I always love seeing Dan Dan, like that, and all those other b-boys that are in the French spectrum. And last but not least, like Mighty Jake versus X Rain. And X Rain it's kind of like a dope, and kind of like just a treat to see, especially with Team China, even though I have certain opinions of China, but that's just the Filipino in me. I don't know. But yeah, jokes aside, like X Rain, Lightning, and also Bgirl 627 or whatever her name is, they're always killing it in every event they go to. My Jake has always been a power mover, just this out of nowhere person from Venezuela that is just killing it in ciphers, just flares and flares, powers and everything, but always hits it in the right spot. And I don't know, to me, X-Rain in terms of like diversity and movements and having all the footwork and power and everything like that more. And I only know my Jake from just the power, and maybe that's the politics within breaking, but yeah, X-Rain for me. But I feel like who I would win, like who would win like this. Listen, pretty much I'm just gathering my thoughts together, by the way. Sorry. Anyways, like I feel like when it comes to the final, and this is what I want to see in the final, usually I give like 4s instead of like 2s. I am supposed to do 2s because that would be an indicator of like predicting 1v1. Pretty much you go for that, especially for like certain games and other sports, like this team winning this team in the finals. For me in the finals, I really want to see Jeffro versus Hang Ten. I feel like Hang Ten, for his experience and his respect from the judges, from anyone basically, could actually go to the finals. Jeffro, on the other hand, because he's part of Team US, could actually take it. Maybe Phil Wizard could sneak in there. Maybe there is a chance that Isin could actually still spot. But for me, Jeffro, I would choose him to be, to actually be in the finals with Hang Ten. Now, Hang Ten could be taken down by Lego Sam seems to be a good contender, but LF, that would be showing like the diversity and just the rate in breaking where it is. So it's going to be crazy where that can go. And who knows, LF and Jeffro, I would love to see that final. But man, this is the cool thing about BC1 is that anything goes. So for now, my bets would be Hang Ten versus Jeffro for these two winners. But who would I think would win? it would probably be Hong Ten. Like I don't know. I just get this feeling like he could, like his energy has been, pretty well, especially seeing the Asian games and seeing these other battles as well with BC1 All Stars. But yeah, Hong Ten, like there is a chance he could like take this whole event for sure. Next up, we got like the Bgirl battles. Going through this quickly, we got Sissy versus Katya. I'm not sure about Katya, not familiar, but I know Sissy from France, so it's a home, rate advantage that she might win. So hopefully she wins. 671. I thought it was 672 from China. 671 versus Firebird, which is it's interesting. You never thought that Russia would actually ever come back to the competitive scene in any way, but apparently Russians, for those that don't know, Russia just has one of the best b-boys and b-girls. They're just the dopest. They have the more essence and stuff like this. And it's just so unfair of just how sick and just dope they are, and just like how much flavor they have, and pretty much for what's going on out there. Like, yeah, I'm not here, there's no politics in hip hop, because when it comes down to Russia and the scene, like they just kill it for so hard. And Firebird just shows that. But 671, nothing gets past her. Despite literally not even being 18 yet, and she's already killing the Cypher. She is just like dominating out here with, Team China as well. But, it's like she goes into a whole nother level if she wants to. Like, it's got to be crazy to see her in the next coming years, especially next year for the Olympics. But we got Yasmin versus Maya. Yasmin, I really like the Yasmin. Also, another thing, Japan has pretty much, the BC1 in Japan has the first ever, and I'm gonna sound like I'm covering for BLM or something, but pretty much the first ever two Blasian Afro-Japanese winners, Nicholas, and also in the b-boy side, and we got Yasmin, a half black and half Japanese b-girl. That, and this is the first thing that ever happened. You never seen that, which shows like the versatility of just like what Japan has, especially in the dancing. But Yasmin just has a lot of funk. I think it goes into a little too far. And Maya from Brazil is just a killer, and pretty much would actually go over like Yasmin if Yasmin has to ask, she's not much of a battle cat compared to Maya, and she doesn't have to be. Like it's pretty much gonna depend, like, what's coming for her in terms of what's gonna happen in the battle, what Maya throws out. And pretty much every b-boy and b-girl is nice. If you get into this level, you're always like bound to be respectful like anyone else, but it's always a battle. So you either get tested or not. So pretty much it goes either way. But I hope Yasmin wins this. Maya might have some moves, like, she's very creative, and who knows, this could go either both ways. Vanessa versus Nicka. I'm not gonna say the other side of the name. I really don't know why. Okay, it's Nicka. What do you want me to say? Okay, I don't know. I don't know how to say it. They call her Nicka, and not the other word. Okay, I'm just not. Anyways. Then again, I live in the island of Negros right now here in the Philippines, so I don't know what I'm saying. But Vanessa versus Nicka, Lithuania versus Portugal, and pretty much Vanessa has a chance to actually just, her creativity and just the movements. I always like the movement style breaking, like they just go together like butter. And she does it very well because of just how experienced she is and how short. Which I'm not saying like that's a bad thing, but knowing how short you are in terms of these movements and creativity would give you a bit of a more advantage. That's why maybe it's true that some tall b-boys and b-girls will actually dominate, but not as much as the shorter ones. But for Nicka being I don't think she's not even 13. I don't know what's up with these young b-boys and b-girls. Where are these kids coming from? I don't know. But she's just like, her style's so mature, and she just came out of nowhere, from the depths, from Lithuania, and yeah, it's just gonna be crazy where she lands, and I'm looking for it. I like her glides and movements. I like Nicka's movements a bit more than what Vanessa throws, but Vanessa can go through as long as she used her signatures very well, she could actually kill it. India versus Mono. India is the last year of from the New York City BC1 finals, and she's going up against this other girl that I have no idea who she is, but her name is Mono. And I probably would choose India for this one. I feel like she just like would go alone, just by herself, and would still kill it, as if she has her whole crew next to her. But next one is Stephanie versus Sean. I don't know who Sean is, so another Bgirl that I don't know. But yeah, probably Stephanie. It seems like Ukraine always has the best kind of like Bgirls for these kind of like events so far, and I thought it was Kate that was going to represent, but I digress. Stephanie could be representing Ukraine or the UK because she lives in that area as well, but like she, that's all I can say. I feel like there's many ways to describe these B girls and B-boys, but I don't have the main focus or the time for it at the moment. And also we got a name that I'm gonna struggle. Okay, just listen to me speaking Spanish. It sounds absolutely like I'm broken, but speaking Portuguese, God, nope, not gonna happen. But this girl named Toquinha, it's Toquinha. Toquinha. I don't even know how to say that. Okay, I feel like I might say a cuss word in another language, but she is just like Brazil's jewel, I would say. She could easily be that, even though Maya could be like Brazilian spider. She is like the Brazilians like pearl fish or something. Like she just swimming through these battles. And it's good to see her up there. I feel like I've seen her in the Brazilian scene for so long, to the point where I feel like she deserves her highlight. And she's finally getting it. But whoever thought, I feel like, here's the thing. I battled, a Japanese B-boy in my time, and these guys are just too good. Like, it's kind of just cruel just to put me, a person that never actually been in the prelims, and something like that just happened. I still share that moment. And this is what's going to happen in this moment right here, of just like to talk, or I'm just going to say TOQ versus Ami. And Ami, Ami, Japanese just always has the best B-girls. It's always have the best like athletes. I don't know what's up with Japan. I don't know what they're feeding them. I don't know if it's the hot springs. I don't know if it's the tea. I don't know if it's the manga anime. And it's like Ami just always like it's gonna be hard. It's really gonna be hard. So Toquinha is really need to push it, and I mean push it just to get against Ami. And if that happens, it will be like a big like thunder that is gonna strike within the scene of like, no way, this random Brazilian B-girl beats Japanese all-star. Like it's gonna be crazy, pretty much, especially for Ami being part of like, I believe Pumas, and like I don't know, it could be like both ways for both of these B-girls, and especially me not being much familiar with Toquinha, but seeing her and seeing her passion, her happiness, like I feel like she definitely deserves it. There is a chance. But next and last one, okay? Kimmy versus Rico. Kimmy being a hometown hero. And here we go again. I don't know who Rico is. I'm sorry. Which is a good thing because now I get to cut this short. But Kimmy is, French's prodigy. Like, she just, like, unfair, especially next to Marlon. I believe, I don't know if there's a French way of saying it, but Marlene and also like her, it's just like two killers that are always like, pretty much ciphering, or, especially true Bonnie and Clyde battles. But who would I think would win for this one? Like, of course Kimmy, because I don't know who Rico is, but who I think wins the whole bag. Now we got finals here. I could easily put a 4, but we gotta put a 2, okay? So we gotta do 2 instead of 4, but I might put a 4 for hypotheticals. I feel like, you know what? I feel like Nicka could be in the finals for sure, but I'm hoping Toquinha wins. I don't know. That would be crazy. Or maybe Ami. Ami could be in the finals if beats Toquinha would once like with no sweat at all, immediately like home run for Ami. If I feel like Toquinha is like has a lot to actually hold for this, going up against Japan, and like it could be a final between Nicka and Ami, or Sissy and Ami, or Sissy and Kimmy. It could be an all French final. But for my final decision, and this is the part where I really gotta think quickly for this one, because this is hard, because these are some prodigies. The prodigies are just winning. They're too good, and it's like a certain age where they're just like getting better and better, and they're not even like in high school. But I feel like I don't think Stephanie would take much of it, and I don't know who these other Bgirls are, like Mono, Sean, and Rico, but I don't know. I don't really believe that India would win, because India won last year, so I wouldn't choose that. Let me think here. I don't know. 671 would definitely take the bag for this, but you're going up against a Russian Bgirl, so that's another thing. So I don't want to play it safe. I'm not gonna play it safe. F it. I'm not gonna play it safe. I'm gonna bet. Damn. Let me think about this. Okay, we got Firebirds. Man, is it crazy if I choose Yasmin? She's just such a jazzy Bgirl. It's like just kind of weird for me to choose her. But then again, I'm thinking about it, and I'm just like, I don't know. You know what? Never mind. I'm not getting paid for this. Yasmin. And also, man, I really want Toquinha. I really want somebody in there. So Yasmin and Toquinha. There. You know what? I would love to see Toquinha. Okay? Just for the sake of just seeing a shocking final or something. But F it, you know? I don't watch much of the Bgirl battles, much compared to the Bboy battles, especially now. But I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I want to cheer for the underdogs. I love seeing the underdogs. So you know what? F it. I'm doing Toquinha. I'm doing Yasmin. I'm gonna regret this, am I? You know what? Let me switch it up. Real quick. Okay. 671. No, I don't want to choose someone from China. Fine, I'll choose Nicka and Toquinha. There we go. Lithuania and Brazil. And also for the Bboy finals, Jeffro and Hong Ten. There you go. That's my predictions. Thank you guys for watching them out.